Back on the field again. It's been a good couple days. Guys are working hard. We got to fix the corrections that, obviously, the mistakes that we made this past week. We got to fix them. The energy's been good. But at the same time, we got to make sure that we're executing at a high level. I just got done telling the team that, listen, in the back end of a game, well, first and foremost, we got to start strong at the beginning of a game, okay? And then, obviously, we've talked about staying focused through that duration, but then we got to finish strong, okay? We got to start fast, we got to stay focused, and we got to finish strong. So I just got done talking to the team about that before I came up here. Finished pretty darn good. We got to continue to, in that last phase, when we say finish strong, that part for me means that's the part where when you're tired or in the back end of the game, you got to rely on your fundamentals and everything that you've been coached throughout individual during periods that you get a chance to work with your position coach. So got an unbelievable opponent that we're getting ready to play. They're extremely good. They do a lot of great things, both offensively and defensively. So we're going into a place where they have not lost this year, and they do a really good job of playing fast and tempo-wise. So we've got to do a great job on offense and defense to make sure that we can contain the quarterback, contain the weapons, and then obviously we got to make some points, make some plays on the offensive side and put some points up on the board for us. So at that time, if you guys have any questions, I'll be more than welcome to answer.
Obviously, coming off the last game, ball security and DJ's decision-making, how much was that honed? Because, this is another game where you don't want to have a lot of turnovers, obviously.
Sure. Anytime you turn the ball over, you're going to put yourself behind the eight ball. You're not going to have a chance to be successful. And bottom line is we've got to, again, that's fundamentals, and we talked about a little bit, DJ, throughout the week, and obviously as soon as we got back. But, yeah, we've got to just, again, take better control of the ball. We've got to take care of it. Make sure we hit our check downs, throw them out, throw the ball out of bounds, or scramble with it, tuck the ball and run. And then offensively, we got to do a better job, just period. When you're a skilled guy and you have the ball in your hands, you're protecting the ball for the team. You're running the ball. You're carrying the ball for the team. You're not carrying the ball for yourself. We always talk about when you have the ball in your hands, you're carrying the ball for the team. So we talk about high and tight. We want that wrist above elbow. We want what we call chin the ball. We want that ball point coming to the opposite side of the chin, keeping it on my breastplate. And then when we get in traffic, we want to double wrap the ball and keep it nice and tight. So ball security, I just got done mentioning it to the skilled athletes out there on the practice field just now.
You've been on explosive teams before, obviously. When you look at this one, I think they lead the nation with 20-yard, 30-yard, 40-yard, maybe even completions.
Yes, sir.
What's the kind of danger on the back end?
Yeah, they're really, really good. They've got a well-rounded offense, and again, it just doesn't start with the receivers and the skilled guys down there. They've got a running back that's closing in on 1,000 yards, so that means they're doing something really good up front with the offensive line too. They got a quarterback that can scramble. We just again, one of the things we talked about is making sure that we've got to be able to contain him. He's a dual threat. He can really tuck the ball and run it in open space. He's fast. And then again, he's extremely strong when he runs it down the goal line. Don't underestimate his size. He's extremely powerful and capable and willing runner when he gets down in the gold zone area. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge all the way around. Again, we're going into a tough place to play. I've been there many times, and that's a really tough place to play. They're going to be pumped up, obviously. But we're excited. We've got to get back to work again tomorrow, have another great day, and continue to prepare to take the team in there to go and compete at a high level.
Keeping them off the field, would that be a good strategy?
That's always a good strategy. They're averaging, I want to say 74. They're averaging right now 74 snaps a game. Last year they averaged 71 snaps a game. And then I have obviously average yards per game. They're at 489 right now. So, yeah, they do a great job. I talked about the explosive drives, 13th highest rate of explosive passes in the country. And then, obviously they're top 10 nationally on explosive output total overall. So, yeah, they do a good job. They keep the pocket clean, and we've got to be able to try to contain the quarterback and run, but we still want to try to shrink the pocket for him when we're rushing.
I mean, more like you guys, holding that football.
I'm
is
sorry?
What I meant, keeping them off the field.
I think that kind of goes hand in hand with taking care of the ball security for us. So for me, if you look back at the last game, it's going to be the same thing. We were moving the ball in that first drive, and then we had obviously the turnover. And then the second time we had the ball, we moved it, got the opportunity to score. So its turnovers are going to obviously give them an opportunity to have more snaps, and we want to be able to, we want to keep them off the field as much as we can. Yes, sir.
What do you make of Trinidad's story? I don't know if he's someone that you've interacted with before, but just like, is it a story of development from what you've seen? Maybe someone missed something in an evaluation along the way? Just his explosion this year.
You never know. I don't know the whole detail as far as where he was recruited. I know that obviously transferring from Ferris State. I don't know his home high school or where he came from. All I do know is that he's a fantastic quarterback and he's doing an incredible job right now. He's obviously a great leader. I believe that he won a national championship last year at Ferris State as well too. So he's a great leader, obviously, to put him in the position where they're at.
Miles Graham, after the Kentucky game, talked about last week wasn't the best week of practice for the defense. How have you seen them kind of try to bounce back and, facing one of the top offenses in the country?
They've done a really good job, and you heard me come in here and say I didn't think anybody quit, and I still don't, and I'll still say that over and over. I'm appreciative of the defensive players to come in and say, listen, we didn't play the way we needed to play. We didn't run to the ball the way that we can run to the ball. We didn't tackle the way that we need to tackle. We didn't practice the way that we need to practice. I'm very appreciative of that fact. That means they're taking ownership, that they want to be good, they want to win. From the standpoint of them talking about that, it's been really good this week. They've done a great job. They came out. I just complimented the defense. They started fast today. They did a really good job. We started off a team run, and they did a really, really good job and finished strong just now in the last part of practice.
Obviously, you guys are at 6 losses now. One more is not eligible for a bowl.
Yes, sir.
Is that even a conversation you guys are having, or what's the urgency like?
I talked to the team yesterday, or a couple of days ago, and talked to the leadership committee about it as well. From my standpoint, I want to don't look back. Don't look back at the past, and really for me, don't even look into the future. We're day by day right now, and that's the biggest thing for us. We're day by day, put our feet in the ground, put our cleats in the dirt, and let's go play football. And again, concentrate on the day that we have in front of us. So that's been the big focus for us. We're going to be day by day. Don't look back. Don't plan on the future right now. Let's day by day. Let's get better today. We're only promised the present right now, so let's get better and continue to work for each other. I told the guys, listen, you've got a limited time to play with your brothers on the football field, and next season's a completely different team. So you only get a chance to do this once, and let's continue to work, and they'll continue to work.
Does the messaging get harder every week, Billy?
No, sir.
Interim,
No, it doesn't. Everybody wants to win. I think as coaching staff, we want to win. We're going to continue to keep pushing. We're not quitting. We're still fighting. We're pushing our players. We're coaching our players extremely hard. But at the same time, obviously, do we want to win? 100%. It's not been good enough right now for us to get the W. But the message is still going to be the same. We're going to continue to keep fighting. We're going to continue to keep preparing. I talked about that persistence without exception. That's going to be the same thing. And this is where the leadership part comes to play of both coaches and the players that are the leadership committee. They've got to lead by example too. But no, for me, we're going to keep pushing and keep doing what we do, continue to keep coaching them as hard as we can possibly. In great ones, competitors, it doesn't matter. Competitors are going to lace it up. Don't matter where you go play, whether it's in a park, whether it's in a baseball field, it doesn't matter. They're going to lace the shoes up. They're going to put their cleats on. They're going to put their pads on, and they're going to go play football if you're a competitor. And I know we have that.
You and your staff evaluated a few of the coverage breakdowns in the secondary. What did you guys see, and how do you guys maybe rectify it a little bit this week, or how do you view the secondary with the challenge coming?
Well, first and foremost, we've got an extremely upbeat, up-tempo, I should say, up-tempo offense that we're going to play. So we've got to be detailed. Again, we got to fall back and we got to rely on our fundamentals. And then again, you heard I mentioned before, everybody's got to do their job. Don't worry about trying to make the play and trying to do something that you're not supposed to do. If I've got a job to do, I've got to be exactly where I've got to be to make sure that I'm not the breakdown. And if we all continue to trust each other and everybody's working on the same page, that's the biggest thing. Do your job. Don't worry about trying to make a play and doing a little extra. That's when issues arise. So just do your job, take care of your responsibilities, and we've got really good players in the back end. We've got really good players in the back end, and I think some of the games you've seen it. They've shined, and they've done a fantastic job. So we got to be fundamentally sound, and we got to play complementary football. So everybody's on the same page. I know Tommy's on board. He does a great job. I think he's averaging 43 plus yards a game right now. But again, it's got to be complementary football between offense, defense, and special teams altogether.
TJ here for the first time. What kind of opportunity is this for him, these few games? And
I'm sorry, one more question. One more time.
TJ Abrams
Uh-huh.
is coming in.
Yes, sir.
What's the opportunity he has these next few weeks with the dearth of receivers? And also his route running kind of stands out, I think.
Sure. He's improved. You got to remember, he came in, and you might not remember this, but I'm going back to my mind here when I recruited him. TJ was an exceptional athlete, can really run a 10 500-meter young man, blessed athletically, strong. He's kind of built. He's kind of that hybrid, kind of built like a running back, but can run like a receiver. Strong, like a safety or a nickel star. Can kind of do a little bit of everything, and an all-around really good athlete. And when we recruited him, that's kind of what we said. He's an all-around athlete. So when we got him here, the one thing that we needed to do is refine his technique to becoming a great receiver. So just like anything else, if you haven't done a lot of it and you've kind of played running, he played running back. He kind of moved around, did a little bit of this, did a little bit of that, played some DB. You become a jack of all trades, a master of none. And when you get here, it's been really good. He's worked extremely hard to make himself a better football player. And again, fundamentally, he does a really good job. We have a drill we call 5-cone, and he can drop it. He does a really fantastic job. He drops his weight. He can elbow jam. He can bend. He can snap his body around, got a plant leg and a drive leg to change direction, doesn't cross over. So he's made a ton of improvement, which is somebody that's a product of the program. And he's continued to get better. And again, I'm super proud of him. We got to continue. I'm going to keep pushing him. I know the Coach Deck, Coach Lucas, in there, they're pushing him as well too. But it's important to him. So whenever you got a player that it's important to, you'll see the strides, and they start to get better pretty quickly.
Duke Clark is back healthy. Is he working his way back into the mix a little bit, or how would you say he is?
Yeah, he's still working through things, obviously. He was back there. I was just on a kick return. He was catching kick returns with me just now. So looks good, running around, getting back into the swing of things. But again, just trying to transition back in, return to play, and get him back to full speed.
Mon Mielin for Ole Miss, obviously some familiarity there with his brother playing here. Just what's your personal, I guess, take on him? And
I don't know him. He's a really good football player. He's quick. He's got a great first step. I think, I was going to say, right now he's leading the team in tackles, TFLs at 8, and then he's leading the team in sacks at 4.5. So that's what was going into this week. He's extremely explosive off the edge. Really, really talented young man.
Any memories of playing in the Grove over the years? I think I remember one game in 07. Didn't Tebow carry the ball like 27 times at Ole Miss or something like
I've
that?
got a couple memories of that. I remember specifically Lewis Murphy scored a touchdown, did the gator chomp, and he got a penalty for it. So, I remember that one. I remember Percy ran a screen. He hit a screen coming up on the right-hand side, took it up the hash and scored a touchdown as well. I remember Kyle Pitts. We knew they were going to blitz, and we had the alert. So Kyle Trask checked the play, and we picked it up. And Kyle ran what we call an over route and ran away. Trey Grimes had a touchdown on the far right with a touchdown. Kyle Pitts had another great catch coming to the far left on a one-handed kind of a catch up over the top. Kadarius Toney had a catch on a slant coming over the top on another way. So, yeah, I've got a lot of memories of – can we get some of them right now? So, If we can get some of those touchdowns this
So
week,
what's it
we're
like?
good to go.
What's it like, the atmosphere there? Like,
It's really
playing
good.
there?
Yeah, obviously they talk about their atmosphere. I've never had a chance to really see the atmosphere outside on a game day, so they say it's a unique place. But every SEC opponent is it's a hard place to play. It's challenging whenever you go on the road. They've all got their traditions, and it's a tough place. They've not lost a game, so it's obviously proven it's a very tough place to play.
Did you put your finger on anything with the road this year? Because it's 0-4, obviously, and I mean, do you even think of changing up any routines or anything as far as that's concerned?
I think whether you're on the road or whether you're at home, we've got to execute. That's the bottom line. No matter where you play, we've got to execute. We got to be able to play again. Like I'll go back to say complementary football. We got to be able to play complementary football so we can take care of the responsibilities of offense taking care of the defense, defense taking care of special teams taking care of both as well. It's a rotational deal. So. Just being complimentary of one another. That's the most important thing. And again, we're plenty good enough athletically. Our best is good enough, but we've got to make sure that we're giving our best every single time.
I mean, going into your third game as the interim head coach, what are some of the things that you're learning about yourself and learning about what it's like to be a head coach?
We can talk all day on that one. That's a great question. But no, I think you look back and you look at coaching and what makes you kind of. I think there's a difference between a coach and then you got two coaches that are leaders. I think there's separation between different things. Great leaders, great coaches, and there's a bunch of different ways to do it. There's a bunch of ways that a bunch of coaches have been successful doing it different ways. And really, more importantly, is it's always been about the players for me as a position coach. And again, I said this before is. It's about all it is at a bigger. It's a bigger stage. There's instead of 18 receivers in my room, it's just a bigger number, and you still want every one of those players to be successful. We coach so our players can be successful on the field, off the field, and in life. And so for me, it'll always be that.
Coach, on Saturday, some missed tackles down the end. How much of that do you think was fatigue, just being out there for a while? And has there been any, more work this week just on the tackling front?
Well, they work their fundamentals every day on the football field. So DBs, they all break up individual. When we're in individual periods, we all break up and do our individual during our individual period, work on our fundamentals, and then the defense will have their scout team periods where they're working fits. They're working their fits. They're working holding their gaps. They're working their edge rush. The football team is working. No matter what position is, they're working their fundamentals to continue to get better, and again, continue to correct the things that we did not do good. So yes, sir.